Welcome back to Man-Child Outdoors. My name is Mick Alfonso, and I'm here today to introduce to you the Vacmaster Vp210. Now, this unit right here beside me is a super sweet chamber sealer. Now, if you have never heard of the world of vacuum sealing, then you're really missing out. Now, there's external, and then there's chamber sealers, and this is a chamber sealer. The external unit is like a FOODSAVER unit that sucks the air out of the bag. This isn't what this thing does. What this thing does is you put the product that you're sealing inside with the bag, you close it, it comes on, it sucks the air out of this chamber, hence out of the bag. When it seals it, it reintroduces the atmospheric pressure or whatever, the pressures, and it collapses the bag and you get the seal that you're looking for. These things are absolutely amazing. Stay tuned, check it out, see it in use. I got plenty of venison to put it through the rigors. Now, using this is super simple. Right here on the side is the power switch. So just turn it on. You'll see this flash a couple times. It'll have either two lines on the bottom or say ED for end. And then you just put your product in there, put it across the sealing bar, and close it, and it kicks on automatically. When it's done sealing, you'll hear the pressure be released, and you'll see the door come open like that. You just grab your stuff out, put more stuff in, close it, and it keeps going. It keeps cycling through. It's an absolutely awesome unit. The fact that this opens up on itself is great because that's actually time saved and effort that you don't have to expend when doing a lot of product. So today I have plenty of fresh game. I'm gonna start packaging up. Now, you notice that I get a little bit of blood and wetness on a seal right here. We're gonna make note to dry that before you put it in the vacuum sealer. All right, you don't want it soaked. That could cause thermal displacement and cause your heat not to come up to temperature, which wouldn't give you a good seal. So we just want to wipe that, and get most of that excess, fluid off any of the area that could be possibly heated and sealed. All right, let's go back over to the vacuum sealer. This has removable plates in here. It comes with two. They're basically just cut down cutting boards. Now you can put these in here to build up the area so it sits where you need it to sit, so everything sits right on the sealing bar. Take them both out, you can put them both in. I have just one in right now. Seems to be the right height for this roast, so we're gonna let it rip. So what you do is you just stick it in here and just get this plastic here, and I think I might even take this out. We'll just take it completely out. We're gonna take that all the way out. You see, it really doesn't matter. You do what you want to do. Seal this, take this right here, and we just want to make sure that our bag is going to sit nice and flat right there over the sealing bar. All right, and we just turn the unit on. It powers up. It's as easy as closing the lid now. There we go. Now we just let it run. All right. You can see right now it's counting down. So we got that roast in there. And it's counting down. You'll see the gauge coming down, the vacuum's coming out. It's getting close to 1-0 already. So we got 30 seconds to go. Now it's removing all the air out of that chamber, and it sucks the air out of the bag too. It just doesn't kind of like suck it, you know what I'm saying? It just kind of removes it, so you don't have the fluid traveling up the bag like you would a FOODSAVER bag where the air travels through them grooves and then the fluid would follow behind the air. This doesn't do that. And all that noise is just stuff vibrating over here, so don't pay no mind to that. I got my stuff in my bowl. Alright, so see, the magic will happen right now. It's sealing the bar. And now, there we go. Now it's letting the atmosphere back in. The sealing bar came up, it sealed it, it opens itself. Look at that. Boom, done. Now what do we have? It's got a nice double seal on it. Like that. How awesome is that? All right, so this is the finished product for right now. I have a lot more venison to package up, but you'll see And the seals on there are amazing. Check out them double seals. And they're very, very well sealed. I've had some external units that the seals were horrible. You notice if there's any air in there, I can't tell it. I mean, the vacuum is amazing. It's clearing the chamber. And I believe it's actually grabbing the air out of the pores of the meat too, because you wouldn't think that that would matter, but it does. Like, you definitely want to clear and evacuate all the air and atmosphere from the chamber. All right, now with all the quality cuts bagged up, now it's time to move on to all this that will be ground up and used for various things like maple bacon and Italian sausage, kielbasa, hot dogs, hamburger, you name it. All right, that finishes up bagging all of the meat up. There it is, all bagged up. There it was. So there we go. I don't know how many pounds of meat it is, but it's a ton. So I'll freeze that now, and at a later date, it's gonna be ground either by me or by somebody else and made up into some tasty treats. All right, so another use that I really like using this chamber vacuum sealer for is dry canning, all right? Y'all seen mason jars. Well, you got a million of them left over, especially if you drink moonshine like I do. What are we gonna do with them? Well, if they're a quality mason jar, you can put them in this chamber sealer. However, it's for dry canning only. Don't do anything that requires heat to kill the bacteria so you won't get sick, all right? So that's just a note to yourself. So I usually do my rice. I buy like 30-pound bags of rice, and I use these quart jars, and I put them all in these. I vacuum seal them 2 at a time, and then I put them into storage down in my basement, which is humid. And if I would ever have done that any other way, the humidity is going to absorb into my rice and it's going to get ruined. And this, it won't. It's also a really good idea that you can fill this with jerky, and I dry out my jerky like a lot, so I don't have to worry about anything inside it. And I seal it in these and give it out for Christmas presents and whatnot. And I don't know the rules on how do you dry seal stuff without building up bacteria in the jars so you don't get sick. So make sure you research that yourself. Don't ever take anybody's word on your food. Do the research, make yourself comfortable so you don't have to worry about any of that, because you can get pretty sick if you do it wrong. So I just put some pretzels in here because I have pretzels. It's either this or dog food. I figured I'd do pretzels. All right, so take the pretzels or whatever dry goods you got in there, rice, jerky, whatever. Put this on loose, all right? Just like don't snug it down. The air's got to be able to get out. So put it on, you know, until it's just snug, and back off of it a little bit. And then take the plates out, and there's these grooves inside here that are great because you can set these 2 jars in these grooves and they won't go anywhere. So you set them right down in there to where they're in there and they're not going anywhere. This one I'm going to take out because we don't need it in there. But we're going to put this one in there and we're going to let it rip. I turned the machine off, so I'm going to turn it back on. There we go. And this is a little loose. You notice the button's up right now? Well, it was until I pushed it. So we're going to close it. Well, there it goes. Ah, it popped back up. All right, so here we go. This is how you dry seal something. It's super easy. All right, so you notice now it is down for the count now. And if I take this ring off, it ain't falling off. And I'm actually probably gonna have a hard time getting this off. Like sometimes I break fingernails trying to pry it up that I have to use a can opener, which I don't like using a can opener because it'll mess up the lids. I like to reuse these lids. So there it is, all dry. Now I could take this and put this back on. What I was doing with the Christmas presents, I would put a little piece of square of Christmas wrapping around there, like different kinds of colors and stuff. And then I would screw this around outside of it, and then I would put a bow or something on it. It looked kind of nice. But sometimes I just leave the rings on there. But to hear the type of seal that you're going to get here, now this seal doesn't go away unless it's just a bad top. All right, so I'm going to have to pry on this, so bear with me and listen, because you're going to hear it. If I can get it. This machine seems to suck more than my other one did. I can't get it. All right, can opener. All right, so you see I can't get that lid off, so do this. You hear that vacuum come out, but now there's a dimple in this and I ruined the top. So all for the sake of your education and knowledge, I ruined this top. But it's amazing. It works great. And these pretzels would last, I don't know how long in here, but a lot longer than if I left them with a half torn open bag the kids destroyed. Got my point, I'm sure. My kids don't know how to open potato chip bags. There's always, instead of opening them nice, there's always a line all the way to the bottom of the bag and I have to immediately put them in a Ziploc or something. But now you have another option too. You can put them in mason jars. All right, so that's mason jars. All right, so what did you think? All right, that is the Vacmaster Vp210. It performed as expected. The double seals are amazing. The vacuum is amazing. The time per cycle is really good, like a minute at the most per bag. The bags are extremely cheap. I love everything about it. This unit is going to be here in my home for a really long time. Getting all my wild game, fish, you name it, rice, dog food, whatever you want to put in a bag, you can put it in a bag. And I didn't mention, it will do water too. And I should do another video just on sous vide. I don't think I'm gonna do it on this video. I think it's better to do a sous vide video on its own. So stay tuned for that, because sous vide is an amazing way to cook. It's super simple. It's effortless. You just have to have a couple of things to make it happen. All right, so thank you for watching Man Child Outdoors. Please do me a solid and like and subscribe my video, like and subscribe the channel, and keep watching for new and exciting videos along the way.